This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com. This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage, and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who's in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
At Olive Garden, your favorite things come together at the holidays with our new flavor-filled pairings. Enjoy our freshly filled pastas bursting with indulgent flavors and perfectly paired with irresistible steak, shrimp, or chicken. Comfort and joy, love and laughter, happiness and cheer. Served with all the salad and breadsticks you want. Bring flavor-filled pairings and your family together this holiday at Olive Garden.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Hey, where are you going? You can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am a king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Gators, you have 10 minutes to refill. And next.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com. This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
At Olive Garden, your favorite things come together at the holidays with our new flavor-filled pairings. Enjoy our freshly filled pastas bursting with indulgent flavors and perfectly paired with irresistible steak, shrimp, or chicken. Comfort and joy, love and laughter, happiness and cheer. Served with all the salad and breadsticks you want. Bring flavor-filled pairings and your family together this holiday at Olive Olive Garden.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I would encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Hey, where you going? You can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am a king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
Too tight-headed! Yuck!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
To help ensure the safest and most comfortable atmosphere for this IHSA state final game, host event staff will diligently maintain established security procedures and activities. This will require complete cooperation by all competing teams, contest officials, and fans.
Gators of Edwardsville will be the home team.
Doctor, scientist, Hollywood producer, and foreign affairs officer of the State Department's European Bureau are just a few of the awesome careers that recent IHSA All-State academic team members have gone into. Nominate the best and brightest seniors from your high school for this amazing award presented by Caterpillar by contacting the IHSA. Gatorade is fueling today, fueling the future, fueling the student athletes and teams competing in all IHSA state final events. Bloomington High School football player
starting lineup for the Gators. Leading off and playing right field, number 5, Griffin Bright. And second and catching, number 26, Ryan Parquette. And third, and playing third base, number 20, Brian Fuentes. And in the cleanup position, the designated hitter, number 24, Nick Wolski. Who's batting for the pitcher, number 25, Andrew Engelke. In the fifth position, playing first base, number 10, Noah Tyra. Batting sixth and playing shortstop, number 8, Corey Olson. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 22, Michael Squatley. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 28, Scott Square. And batting ninth, number 15, Brent Chubb. Will the rest of the Gators please join your teammates along the first base line? For home team, the Tigers of Edwardsville. And the Gators have a record of 34 wins and 7 losses. Please meet head coach Tim Bunkhouse. He has a career record of 638 wins and 179 losses over 22 years. His assistant coaches are Craig Foley and Mike Waldo. Now the starting lineup for the Tigers. Leading off and playing center field, number 4, Dylan Burris. Batting second and playing first base, number 33, Drake Westcott. Batting third and playing second base, number 13, Joel Fearing. In the cleanup spot, left fielder, number 25, Will Messner. Batting fifth and catching, number 8, Dalton Wallace. Batting sixth and playing shortstop, number 21, Andrew Jansen. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 27, Cole Hampton. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 20, Daniel Reed. Who will be batting to the right fielder, number 11, Dan Pichai. Batting ninth, left fielder, pitcher, number 7, Cade Byrne. For the rest of the Tigers, please join your teammates. And now, the umpires for tonight's game. Behind the plate from East Peoria, Don King. At first base from Marengo, John Dino. And at third base from Chicago, Russ Latorno. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will please stand, remove your hats, and face the colors as soloist Spencer Avery of Bolingbrook sings our national anthem. Oh, can you see by the tongues of his eyes what so
On the final day of the IHSA sports season, it's the final game. It's the Class 4A State Baseball Finals, and it'll match the Crystal Lake South Gators and the Edwardsville Tigers. And hi again, everybody. Dave Bernhardt along with Hall of Fame coach Mark Lindo coming to you from Joliet, Illinois, and Slammer Stadium. And you see two teams with 69 wins. Mark, North versus South here to decide the 4A title.
Both ends of the state, both teams coming in with championship aspirations of the weekend, get semifinal wins, playing the title game, the last event of the evening. And we got a good one, Dave. Should be a good one to be involved in.
Let's take a look at the starting batting order for Crystal Lake South. They're the visitors tonight. Griffin Bright, Brian Parquette, and Brian Fuentes. Nick Wolski doing the hitting. For the pitcher tonight, Andrew Engelking, Noah Tyrell, Corey Olson, Swatley, Squarick, and Chubb round out the batting order for head coach Brian Bogda. Defensively for Edwardsville, Will Messer, Dylan Burris, Dan Pachati, the outfield and the good infield of Cole Hampton at third, Andrew Yancic at shortstop, the right side of Joe Quirin and Drake Westcott. Dalton Walsh is behind the plate, and Cade Burns will take the ball here in the title game.
Cade Burns, a diminutive 5'10", 170-pound senior. He is 10-1 on the season. Sparkly 1.11 earned run average. He's been a workhorse, 69 2/3 innings pitched. He can have a strikeout pitch in his repertoire. 92 punch-outs in those 69 innings, 20 base on balls. He is a bulldog on the hill. Edwardsville hoping his right arm and their defense combine for a championship. We're ready for 4A baseball. The state title game as Griffin Bright steps to the plate and to call the championship game with 4A baseball's ending season, the Hall of Fame voice of the IHSA, Dave Bernhardt.
Thank you very much, Mark. There is something about this final game, isn't it? When you get to the state baseball finals, you have all the events all season long, the IHSA playoffs, tournaments, and it comes down to this. Griffin Bright to start it with Cade Burns on the mound. The first pitch outside. We're underway. Griffin Bright 1 for 2 last night. It was a 9-3 win over New Trier in the semifinals for the Gators. Right side base hit. Second pitch of the game. Griffin Bright finds his way on base.
Fastball down away. He had a 1-0 count. Sitting on a straight one. He takes it and laces it right past Joel Quirin in between first and second. And the leadoff man starting to set the table as Ryan Parquette steps in, checking the signs on his wrist.
Ryan Parquette, catcher. 0 for 2 last night. Parquette is senior. First 4 batters in this lineup are seniors. Parquette this season, .438 average. 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Big, slow breaking ball from Burns. The head coach for Crystal Lake South is Brian Bogdan. His 10th season, 226 wins. This is the first time ever Crystal Lake South has played the baseball state championship game. And on the other side for Edwardsville, Tim Funkhauser, in his 19th year at Edwardsville, a graduate, a Tiger from Edwardsville High School, 19 years, 581 wins. He finished second in 2002. He's taken a team to the state finals 6 times. Edwardsville, the rich history of baseball there, 2 state championships and 2 second-place finishes.
He was a bat boy in 1980 when his dad, Bill, took a team to Springfield for the state finals. He's run full circle.
Now showing bunt. Parquette gets it down. Will it stay? It does. A bunt single as third baseman Cole Hampton came and got it. I thought maybe when it hit the edge of the grass, he would let it go.
Yeah, it had a little spin to it. He might have let it roll a couple more rotations. It might have got a little bit more spin. Instead, execution by Parquette. A little bit of small ball. Got something going in, a ball through the right side. And then execution kept the head of the bat over the baseball. Gets a bunt single. And right now, in business, the first inning are the Gators.
The offensive leader of this team at the plate, Brian Fuentes, third baseman. Last night, Fuentes 2 for 2. He scored 4 times. Fuentes will take first pitch for a strike.
Fuentes 5'10", 190. Baseball runs through his blood.
Dalton Wallace to stop that one. Such great hands. It's led to a .448 average, 20 doubles. That's 16th highest ever in single-season IHSA history. 6 home runs. He's driven in an incredible 48 runs this season.
Can generate some crazy bat speed, and those numbers are astronomical.
This will advance the runners. Big turnaround third for Bright. Parquette goes to second. A wild pitch from Burns.
Breaking ball hit the front of the plate, bounded high over Dalton Wall's head. Not a chance. As Cade Burns right now, his job, just keep any would-be damage to a minimum. Stay out of a big inning. Defense staying back. Trading out for a run right here.
First base open on a 2-1 count. Sky high. And the pitcher, Cade Burns, he wanted it all the way. Also a middle infielder, so there was no doubt he's a man who can handle the glove. That's a big out right there, getting Fuentes.
Yeah, he wanted this ball from the get-go. His first baseman, Westcott, a long way to go. But he knew he had a beat on that ball. An excellent point by you. If you're a pitcher that's not a position player, stay away. But he's used to catching numerous pop-ups from infield position.
I'll bring up the designated hitter, hitting in the 4th spot in the order, Nick Wolski. He's batting for Andrew Engelking. Cade Burns headed to Central Missouri. He's going to pitch there. Originally, he was going there as an infielder. Two quick strikes on Wolski.
Wolski 1 out of 3 yesterday. Cade Burns breaking ball there, had some late sharp bite down and away.
Wolski's 6'1", 185, and a senior. Good spot. Cade Burns admits it's important to know what kind of pitcher you are. He knows he's not going to necessarily strike out a lot of batters directly with his fastball. A smart pitcher on the mound. And he gets Wolski swinging. There's the strikeout he needed, though.
Well, he's got himself 2/3 of the way out of first inning jail. Leadoff hit, a bunt hit, a wild pitch, second and third. He gets the dangerous Fuentes on a pop-up, the dangerous Wolski on an off-speed strikeout, and now the game in the hands of Tyrell right here to turn this inning around one side or the other.
Speaking of danger, Noah Tyrell at the plate. Tyrell hit his first home run of the season last night. Drove in 4 runs.
A towering shot it was. Got a base open right now if you're Burns. But Burns, right, the last 2 batters has had command of his off-speed pitch.
This hit well to right center field. Dylan Burris giving ground. Reaches. It will get past him. It will roll to the wall. Bright scores easily. Parquette is in. Noah Tyrell with the ball mishandled in center field. He will score.
You talk about a big play incredibly early in the game. Tyrell just drills this ball. Dylan Burris lays out to no avail. Ball goes to the fence. He gathers himself quickly. Normally there's a backup on the cut man. Edwardsville chooses not to do that. And look at that arm waving things in. Brian Bogdan saw the opportunity and sliding in head first with a 3rd run is Noah Tyrell. What a big, big 2-out hit.
We discussed last night how center fielder Dylan Burris for Edwardsville plays shallow. We saw him make great catches going back last night. Tonight the wind has picked up. It's about 19 miles an hour going out to center field. That ball got up there. He got a great break, but just a bit too short. And that lit up the Gators crowd.
And to replay that one more time verbally, what happened on the relay throw, the shortstop or the second baseman couldn't gather that in Quirin, and there was no backup behind him. Thus, when that ball was eluded, that's when Bogdan set him. So basically a defensive mistake right there by Edwardsville, something they've drilled many times, I guarantee you.
A 3-0 lead on the triple and an air. Off the bat of Noah Tyrell. Boy, has he come up big in the tournament. Here's Corey Olson with 2 outs. Single, wild pitch. Runner second and third, nobody out. Then harmless outs, right? A pop-up, a strikeout, you're a pitch away, and all of a sudden you're 3 runs down.
Tyrell, 4 RBIs yesterday, 2 today. Have a couple days in the productivity department. A lot of pitches here in inning number 1 for Cade Burns.
Olson looking to restart this inning. He will. That's the 4th hit of the inning in the first 6 batters for Crystal Lake South.
Definite run situation for Corey Olson now as he turns his fastball right around. Quirin playing up the middle. The ball just hit too hard on this hard, fast infield for any kind of opportunity for the defense. Outfield's got to go no doubles now and try to limit this damage running situation for Olson.
Michael Swatley, the left fielder, with 2 outs. 11 stolen bases on the year for Olson. Corey Olson headed to Mount Mercy College.
Cade Burns, a high leg kick. We're going to watch on him, see if he times it out somewhere around 1-3 or below he wants to be.
Swatley, 1 hopper, hard to Hampton. That will end the inning. But the big one, the 2-run triple followed by an error. And here it is again. Burris, everything he could do. 2-run score. Now watch the mishandle in the outfield. And with that, we have a 3-0 game going to the bottom of the first.
The IHSA believes in inclusion and is proud to partner with Special Olympics Illinois to promote unified sports at all IHSA member schools. Contact the IHSA to find out how your school can become a unified champion school.
34 wins on the season for Edwardsville. Dylan Burris will start the batting order for head coach Tim Funkhauser. He'll be followed by Drake Westcott, the power-hitting freshman first baseman. Joe Quirin bats third. He's a second baseman. The middle of the order looks like this for the Tigers: Will Messer, Dalton Wallace, and Andrew Yancic. And the bottom 3, Cole Hampton, Daniel Reed batting for the right fielder Dan Picciotti, and then Cade Burns, of course, doing the pitching tonight. On the defensive side for the Gators, it's Michael Swatley, Brent Chubb, and Griffin Bright. In the outfield for Crystal Lake South, infield of Fuentes, Olson, Squarick, and Tyrell. Ryan Parquette behind the plate. And the man they won on the mound, Andrew Engelking.
Engelking is his senior. His job to bring it home, 6'2", 170. 8-0 on the season, a unblemished record. 68 and a third innings pitched, a 1.84 earned run average, 54 strikeouts, and a very solid 16 bases on balls allowed this year.
Dylan Burris will lead it off. Burris, a .459 hitter on the season, had a hit and 4 at-bats last night. Now, Mark, and oftentimes we say in the middle innings, boy, this is an important inning, right? I feel strange saying here in the bottom of the first inning, this is a very important inning here for each of these teams.
Yeah, especially we got Burris leading off. He wants to set the table right now with his speed, 25 stolen bases on the year. If he gets on base, they'll try to be very aggressive early on and get back in this game. A lot of outs left.
He drives this one to right field. He got it all. 1 hops high off the wall. Burris, here's the speed. He'll slam on the brakes going into second, and Dylan Burris will start the bottom of the first with a double.
He can flat out run. He knew he had a double. He's thinking triple when this ball goes off the wall, but chase at 3, no need to. Played well by Griffin Bright. 1 bounce came up to him, gets the ball in quickly. But the Tigers in business right now. Guess who's up to the plate?
Drake Westcott, freshman first baseman. .444 average, that's great. How about 12 doubles, 2 triples, and 11 home runs for a freshman?
25 extra base hits. He can get the bat through the zone with the best of them. He can hit it, He's strong, he's powerful, he's patient.
He did strike out twice last night in a hitless night. Count 1-1. They have him hitting in that 2-hole for all those reasons you mentioned. Well, you talk about a combination, Burris and Westcott, 1-2.
My goodness. You think he's seen some off-speed pitches this year? Probably about 80%. No one wants to go dead red fastballs to him.
Angle King did. 2 hopper to Squarick. Advances Burris, 1 out. That brings up Joel Quirin. Quirin, senior second baseman for the Tigers. 345 average. He's driven in 36 runs. He has an RBI situation here. Quirin had a double last night.
They call him Mr. Clutch. He's one of the guys they count on for production as the lineup goes through. Man that can handle a bat. He's had a great tournament run, hitting around 450, 460 in the state tournament. RBI situation here. If you're Edwardsville, you really only need 1 run. You got to pick this run up to get back in the game. You got to scratch next, and there you have a chance to right there.
Wild pitch. And that completely got away from Angle King. It's 3-1.
So they're trailing by 3, and what happens? Dylan Burris goes ahead and ignites it. He's the catalyst from his position. A double, a 4-3, get him over by Westcott, and then the beneficiary of a wild pitch by Angle King.
With 1 out, Quirin becomes a leadoff hitter of sorts. Joel Quirin, they call him Mr. Clutch, came into the tournament, a 467 batting average in a postseason. He's headed to Lincoln Trail Community College. Great catch on the second level. Well, we've had some great bare hand catches here today.
Brent Chubb playing extremely deep in center field to cut off gaps and alleys.
This could be tough. Fuentes had to wait. And he airmails it. Throwing error on Brian Fuentes puts Quirin at first.
It's a 2-chopper. Fuentes had to wait for the second one. There's the second one right there. And he got off his back foot, didn't throw, get on top of the baseball. Infielders want to get on top of the baseball and drive through it. He got underneath it. Thing took off on him. Good awareness by Quirin, not trying to go to second base there.
Cleanup hitter Will Messer, left fielder for the Tigers. Angle King pounds him for a strike. Messer, 360 average, 7 extra base hits. 1 for 3 and a run scored last night. 3-1 win over St. Lawrence for Edwardsville. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead, added another run. 3-1 final, knocking off St. Lawrence, who eventually finished third. That game concluded about an hour and a half ago or so.
Angle King 1.25 to home plate. That would give Ryan Parquette a good chance to throw out a would-be base stealer.
Hitters count now for Messer.
2-1, also a great opportunity to hit and run if Tim Funkhauser wants to do just that. He's been around a few state tournaments in life as a coach, as a son, as a player.
Ran that ball right in on Messer. 2-2. So is Tim Funkhauser running here or not? This is not a team that plays a lot of small ball.
You would not think run on 2-2 if he didn't run on 2-1.
And the reason I ask is because I don't know that I've ever bought it. If you're going to run 3-2, run 2-2.
Yeah, I'm a 3-2 guy, and you're betting on your hitter more. You're running and hitting instead of hitting and running.
Curveball, strike 3.
Flat out throws Messer with a nasty hammer straight down. 12-6 rotation. Angle King, 55th strikeout of the season. And that one just went straight down, fingers on top of the ball, pulled it down, and Messer just couldn't pull the string.
Andrew Engelking headed to St. Xavier University in Chicago. Dalton Wallace will face him, sophomore catcher for the Tigers. Wallace takes a good rip. The last game before the regional, Andrew Engelking gave up 5 runs. But going into this game, through 19 innings of the postseason, Engelking allowed only 4 runs, now 5 here in his 20th inning of work. He's all about location, and he misses there on Wallace. Well, the one thing Edwardsville has done, of course, they've played it a run. They have a runner first 2 outs, but they have made this a long half inning. The idea that we're going to keep coming at you despite what was a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, grinded out baseball right now. Extending the pitch count.
That had some tail on it, tailed up and in.
Very solid delivery by Engelking. Compact. Hides the ball till the last instant at release point.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The shadows, you see them cutting across almost midway between home plate and the pitcher's mound.
Advantage pitcher right now as far as that.
Ripped right through the middle of the box. Wallace, hard stroke with 2 strikes on him.
That ball was barrel up. It just jumped off his bat. Got a 2-2 fastball, turned it right around. Barrel over the ball, locked out the front side. The head stayed still, the nose stayed on the ball. All those add up to a quality swing, and he just moves the line.
Courtesy runner Blake Burris. He's over at first base. How about Andrew Jancic yesterday? Jancic, you talk about having a day. Complete game win, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, no earned in that 3-1 win over St. Lawrence. Also struck out 6. Oh, there's more. 2 for 3. A bases clearing double for 3 RBIs.
And that pitching performance, 96 pitches. So very efficient game for Jancic, who has a chance to do some 2-out damage, which has been the theme of this tournament.
Should say it was a 2-run double. He also added the 3rd RBI later, so he drove in all 3 of the runs for the Tigers.
Engelking, a couple different deliveries, seemed to lose his balance point. I don't know if he's completely comfortable with the hole that is dug between the rubber and the dirt right below him, but he's been off balance a couple different deliveries.
Foul ball will scoot down into the bullpen down the left field line. And we have that little delay while we track down that ball. Prior to this ball game, 3rd place game won by St. Lawrence 11-6 over New Trier, and even earlier today, our 3A champion, a fantastic ball game, a wild ball game. St. Viator and 3A 10-8 winners. They were leading 8-1. Marion Catholic picked up 7 runs in the bottom of the 6th, but then St. Viator 2 more in the top of the 7th, and they hold on. This one has that similar type feel to it in terms of action, people swinging the bats.
This one's going to be fun.
Engelking, a lot of pitches here in the first inning.
Jancic hit a home run in the regional championship. Extra base power, 10 doubles, 3 triples, and 4 home runs. So defense playing very deep. If he did find a gap, he'd probably tie this ball game up with 2 outs.
Once again, we go 2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
A little bit long with his swing there. He cast it out. You want to be a little bit shorter to the ball, quicker to the ball right now. Make the adjustment. As a hitter, you need to adjust from swing to swing, pitch to pitch.
3-2. And now a gap ball will definitely score 2. Runners will be moving.
Tim Funkhauser telling his team, watch the leg move, make him go. Always coaching.
Yancic, and it will get through. Quirin will score easily. To third is Burris. And the Tigers have come right back. They've picked up 2 and they're still going.
Just laying out for the baseball was Olsen. It got underneath his glove, coming up throwing with Swatley, but no chance. You knew that second run was going to score. 2-out run. Pressure continues to come right back at Crystal Lake South by the Tigers. Relentless offensively are both of these teams, putting up some offense in the first inning with great handling of the bat. Remember, the error on Quirin's ground ball to third is a run that just scored.
Pitching coach Mark Chappett. He's out at the mound. Short conversation with Andrew Engelking. Chappett was Crystal Lake South coach Brian Bogda's pitching coach when Bogda was at Elmhurst College from 1998 to 2002. Great relationship between those two, and Bogda trusts Chappett with everything regarding pitching in this Crystal Lake South program. 7th hitter, Cole Hampton, the third baseman. Hampton hitless in 3 at-bats last night. The tying run at third, a 3 spot in the first. The top of the first for Crystal Lake South. We already have 5 runs on 7 hits in this game and 2 errors. High fly ball right field. Griffin Bright. That will end the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits. There was an error. It was the leadoff double by Dylan Burris that sparked it, and a good one after 1. 3-2, Crystal Lake South over Edwardsville.
This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
Do you think you know the game as well as the officials on the field? Prove it to yourself by becoming an IHSA official. Contact the IHSA today so we can walk you through the process of becoming an official. And you can begin enjoying the camaraderie and extra income that goes along with working in the sports you already love.
Each team sent 7 batters to the plate in the first inning. 3-2 lead here for Crystal Lake South. That means we will start the top of the second in your 4A championship game with Scott Skwarek, who will be followed by Brent Chubb.
Leading off the second for the Gators, second baseman number 28, Scott Skwarek.
Skwarek with a .295 average. Cade Burns happy to take that hill. The last time he was there, he was down 3. Now he only trails by 1.
Burris got underneath the curveball. Skwarek stayed right in there. Didn't care if he gets hit to lead off an inning.
Another good rip that time by Skwarek.
Follow the ball straight back. That tells a pitcher that hitter was right on me. So if you were off speed, you go fastball. If you go fastball, you go off speed on this one.
Going away. Didn't mean to go high.
Dalton Wallace set up a good 4 inches off the plate there. He wasn't trying to get the call from home plate umpire Don King. He was trying to get Skwarek to go fishing on the outer part. Got to get the ball down.
Right off the fist, and a slick backhand from Burns. That looked like a middle infielder.
Pitchers are supposed to disrupt timing and move batters' eyes. He went with a curveball away, then a fastball running down and in, probably the 2-seam variety, and then able to be the 5th infielder feeling his own position with a backhanded play, gets the ever-important first out of the inning.
Brent Chubb, the 9th hitter in the order. Again, off speed. On a break from Burns. Chubb had a hit and 2 at-bats, scored twice in the 9-3 win over New Trier in the semis. No accident these two teams are here. They have been well prepared in their respective conferences. Crystal Lake South, Fox Valley Conference, perennial power here, sending teams to Joliet. And, of course, Edwardsville, the Southwestern Conference, a conference that the Tigers finished 3rd in this year behind Belleville West and O'Fallon, 2 outstanding teams.
They had to beat both those teams along tournament trail and were quote-unquote upset winners in those games.
A weak swing by Chubb, and it's the second strikeout of the game for Burns. He's cruised through the first 2 hitters, and now he'll face Bright up at the top of the order. Bright singled and scored in the first.
Bright sat on an 0-1 pitch and just laced it as a catalyst for his team. Both leadoff men have done their job tonight. So important, our first pitch strikes.
This will go to the right side, and Quirin. And after a 3-run first inning, Cade Burns gets a 1-2-3 second inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. What does Edwardsville have in store?
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who's in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
IHSA recently launched the My Reason Why campaign to highlight high school participation across the country. Let us know why you participate in high school sports or activities on social media by using the hashtag MyReasonWhy. The official IHSA state baseball tournament apparel and souvenirs are only for sale here at Joliet Slammer Stadium. Fans may choose from t-shirts, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and a variety of other state football apparel. Stop by the Minerva Sportswear.
Edwardsville fans have come to Joliet. They are used to watching their home ball games at Tom Pyle Field in Edwardsville.
Tom Pyle Field, one of the nicest facilities in the entire state. A lot of teams come down there to play spring ball. Tom Pyle, legendary coach there, and Tim Funkhauser actually played for Tom Pyle. Tom Pyle took numerous teams to the state tournament, 82, 88, 90, 91, 98. So he left his mark. There's Coach Funkhauser, who's been around Tiger baseball since he was a little shaker, since he could walk.
He was the bat boy for his dad, Bill Funkhauser, who took a team to the AA state finals in 1980. You mentioned Tom Pyle, first place finishes in 1990 and 1998. That 98 team, there's a big old sign there at Tom Pyle Field that the Edwardsville players see all the time. It's a state championship sign, but it also says 40-0.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. You can't play baseball, only lose and not lose a game.
Daniel Reed, the designated hitter, will go down swinging to start the bottom of the second inning.
Went with the hard stuff upstairs. Tough to get your hands above that. Great pitch selection and great pitch execution.
This is Cade Burns, number 9 hitter in Funkhauser's order. Now, speaking of nice fields that Edwardsville plays on, they play a game a year at Busch Stadium after a Cardinals game. They play the official game, of which Edwardsville sells tickets, part of a fundraiser. This year, that game was the Cubs-Cards game, so they were able to watch that game, and then they got the field. And, you know, you play your 7 innings, great, but you get that field for 2.5 hours, so they just played on.
Great venue for them. And Crystal Lake South actually went down south, and they played a ball game like they do every year at Rent One Park in Marion. So they played in the southern part of the state.
Burns sends this back. He'll rattle it up in the sweet level. And then it comes back down. We've had recent years here where Joliet area teams and greater Joliet area teams have been here in the state finals. We've had those huge crowds. Nice crowd here tonight. Crystal Lake South and Edwardsville. And it's the Edwardsville fans. I like the looks of that one. Corey Olson pulled up early, and that will be an error on the shortstop.
Two-hopper Corey Olson expected this ball to come out. The Cardinal sin is get your glove down, young man. He wants the ball to come up for him. It doesn't, stays down, goes right underneath the wickets. And this is the proverbial situation, the double leadoff man. Cade Burns is on base, setting the table for Dylan Burris. So they got something going here.
Burris roped a double to right field his first time up. Takes a good cut here. Sliding to his left is Swarek. Nice play. That'll advance Burns to second.
Now, you called that a nice play. That's a tremendous play, and I will tell you why. A second baseman that looks at second here, he's going to get surprised by the speed of Burris, but being the cerebral player he is, Swarek knows that Burris can run. He just flat out makes sure get and out.
Drake Westcott has been quiet here in these two games in Joliet. 0 for 3 yesterday. He bounced out his first time today.
He asked for time. Initially, Don King, home plate umpire, didn't give it to him. Then he ultimately did, so game was stopped.
Off the chest protector of Parquette. The throw to third. Got him! How about that? Watch this.
Look at how quick he gets to the ball.
And a perfect shot, a great tag. Burns is out, and the inning ends. Ryan Parquette, fantastic. Well, have we set a tone or have we not? Is the tone the first inning?
Exciting baseball things happening on the bases. Some things were happening down before the championship game as you were honored down on the field. IHSA Media Award. You got a chance to speak, and we had a chance to catch it.
Ah, look at this. That's Matt Troja, Assistant Executive Director of the IHSA, and I appreciate the nomination from Lincoln Way West High School for the Distinguished Media Service Award, and then to the Media Advisory Committee for giving me the go-ahead. My wife, Patty, right there next to me, along with my buddy Mark Lindo there, my family, Terry, Eric, my grandkids, Madeline and Owen Schmidt. And great to have my sister Debbie and her husband Joe join us as well.
And a special honor for you, because Ryan got all 6.5 minutes of that on video, so you'll have that as a keepsake and a memory.
How special. I appreciate the folks that are here bringing you these games. That is very, very nice. Thank you. Wow, that is really cool. Starting the third inning is Ryan Parquette. And I think one of the most shocked people in this ballpark was Cade Burns, who figured he had third base easily on that what appeared to be wild pitch. One hopper. This goes to Hampton, measures his throw, one out.
Well, that took a perfect throw by the catcher Parquette, a perfect tag by Fuentes on that previous play. On this one, just a two-hop chopper. Hampton's able to get the first out of the inning.
Brian Fuentes popped up in the infield the first time. Brian Fuentes, born in New York, Hits this one hard. That's inside the line at third. It'll go deep into the corner. Fuentes will have himself a one-out double.
What a story he is. That young man can flat out hit as you see him celebrating with his teammates. A naturalized citizen, spent a great deal of his life in Caracas, Venezuela. Now getting to the point where he does speak fluent English. He didn't when he got here. But one thing he could do there and do here, he can hit.
He has aspirations of pro ball. And I think, given what we've seen from his hands, we'll be seeing him somewhere. Nick Wolski at the plate. He was a strikeout victim of Engelkings in the first inning, or of Burns in the first inning.
Now, Fuentes' teammate catcher Ryan Parquette said he has crazy hands, and he said that in a complimentary way. And then we can't believe how hard he can hit a baseball. Exit velocity off the bat of Fuentes, big time.
Such an energetic personality, yet such a fierce competitor. Burns has had Wolski's number so far. Gators and the Tigers here in your 4A championship game. Wolski has been eaten up by that curveball all day.
Jancic is short, Querin at second, in unison trying to hold Fuentes at second. That's opening up some holes on either side of them.
Softball action today in East Peoria. Congratulations to your 3A champ, Marengo. And right now in the 4A title game, it's scoreless in the fifth inning. Oak Park River Forest and Lincoln Way East. Our good buddy Lee Hall doing the announcing for those games on the NFHS network.
Great job going to his knees, rounding his shoulders and being soft. Dalton Wallace. You'll see Fuentes come back into your screen right there. On the pitch, he'll take a couple extra hops. Primary lead, secondary lead.
And as we saw last night, Mike Waldo, the legendary baseball and basketball coach, head basketball coach at Edwardsville High School, he'll come out to the mound. Coming out to the mound in the middle of a batter, right in the middle of a count. There's important message to be delivered, and it doesn't take long to deliver it.
Kate Burns said, Coach Waldo will talk your ears off about pitching. That was a brief conversation. I'm sure they know each other very well insofar as what he wanted to convey and how he wanted to communicate with Burns on this next pitch.
Two. Wallace jumps up outside. A bit too much outside. 3-2.
How nice is it for a coach like Tim Funkhauser to honestly not have to worry about pitching? You just give it to Coach Waldo and you can do your own thing with the rest of the team. This is yours.
Wolski's jammed and runs off his foot. You know, back to those mid-batter visits. So many times we see coaches come to the mound and it's too late. You know, it's 3 runs in or whatever, and there are moments to go out there. But there is something unique here with Mike Waldo going out and saying, we need this batter and we need him right now. Wolski, the cleanup hitter for the Gators. And he'll go down swinging for the second time tonight.
Burns has had great success when he's been able to get his breaking ball down. That one fell straight down, 12-6 rotation, and that drop change planes a good 6 to 8 inches, just able to miss the bat of Wolski. Good pitchers miss bats.
Noah Tyrell, first inning. Triple over the head of center fielder Dylan Burris. He drove in 2 with that, and then he too came in to score when the relay throw was mishandled. Those are the 3 runs that CLS has put on the board. Burns hit the glove. Wallace's glove, though, was outside the strike zone.
Normally middle infield, you're holding on a runner. You want to hold him so he doesn't get that extra step to home plate. But I tell you what, it won't matter. As deep as the Tiger outfield is playing, there is no way they would be able to throw Fuentes out of home plate here.
3 runs in the first inning last night. That was a 3-run homer from Tyrell. 3 here in the first tonight for the Gators. 2 RBIs from Terrell in the first. He's got an RBI situation here in the third.
They scored in 5 innings last night, so their offense has been busy.
And that will get down over the glove of Quirin. Fuentes, wave, throw, offline. It's 4-2, Crystal Lake South. Noah Tyrell continues to deliver.
He's an RBI man, no doubt about that productivity as he gets that ball over the second baseman, Quirin. We talked about how deep the outfield was playing. Pachotti tries to make a play, but there was not going to be a chance. They had to play deep in respect to Tyrell's power numbers, and he delivers, and 2-out run once again up on the board.
Tyrell came into the tournament with 16 runs batted in over 34 games. Here in 2 games, he has 6 RBIs.
Crystal Lake South, 4 runs on the board, 4 runs with 2 outs. Opportunistic/timely hitting.
Corey Olson, he singled his last time up, looking to bunt for a base hit. You know, when you look at Tyrell, and we see it in all the different sports you and I do, Mark, in basketball, very seldom do you get somebody with average statistics all of a sudden light it up for a 35-point game. Same way with football. It isn't all of a sudden a running back who averages 45 yards a game, rushes for 220. But in baseball, you come in fresh every game.
Absolutely.
Tyrell driven back once again. Tag applied there by Westcott at first.
Both weekends, last week in 1A and 2A, and this week in 3A, we saw hitters in the 9-hole that had like 14, 15 hits all year have 6 hits on the weekend.
One number we'll be keeping an eye on tonight, potentially, the pitch counts. Both these pitchers, Burns here in the first and now third inning. A little bit closer over there at first. Andrew Engelking threw a lot of pitches in the first inning.
Absolutely, and what both staffs, coaching staffs have done is they say, here's what we're doing if this situation, here's what we're doing this situation, here's what we're bringing in with this many pitches and this score, so they have that all mapped out.
Now they'll try to pick from the catcher. That was pretty close on a snap from Wallace.
Boy, what quick feet and quick release does Wallace have. He actually took one step to the dugout. He thought he had it. Snap tag by Westcott.
What made that even more impressive is the feet you're talking about. That ball was up and in to Olson. So he had to go to his left, get his feet turned, and that snap to first. Tyrell the lead at first. You know, we want to add to Noah Tyrell. We talk about the 6 RBIs here. The sectional semi, he had 4. So going into that sectional tournament, he had 12 RBIs in a season. Since then, he's added 10 more. Crystal Lake South likes to play an aggressive style of baseball. They like to pressure. They like to model themselves after the other great Fox Valley Conference teams that have made it here to the state finals. 11 of them since 2007. Didn't miss by much. It's 2-2.
Cade Burns has done a good job of varying his hold from the set position, not allowing rhythm for Olson to plate, but even more importantly, Tyrell at the base. If you're going to run, this is a good pitch to run on 2-2.
Strike 3 call right on the inside corner. They went away to Olson. Fastball inside, and that closes out the inning. But a one-out double by Brian Fuentes. A two-out single by Noah Tyrell. The lead jumps to 2, 4-2 going to the bottom of the third.
At Olive Garden, your favorite things come together at the holidays with our new flavor-filled pairings. Enjoy our freshly filled pastas bursting with indulgent flavors and perfectly paired with irresistible steak, shrimp, or chicken. Comfort and joy, love and laughter, happiness and cheer. Served with all the salad and breadsticks you want. Bring flavor-filled pairings and your family together this holiday at Olive Garden.
IHSA, working together to build true champions for life.
The NFHS Network is streaming this game live at www.ihsa.tv. So text or call your friends and family who aren't here and invite them to watch. Just have them log on to www.ihsa.tv, set up an account, then they can watch the game live on their phone, tablet, computer, or TV via the Apple TV app. The NFHS Network. High school happens here.
You know, Mark, I'm more of a cap wearer, but I could get into hats if they look like that. See, he tilts his head down, you'll see it's all logoed up with Gators. There it is.
Got the Gator skin
I
on
like
there.
that.
Is there one of those in your closet at home?
No, but I'm thinking about it right now.
That young man has had a good time. He has. He's been yelling the entire weekend.
Drake Westcott yanks this one foul. You know what's really nice about that picture that we saw there, not just of him, but you see this portion of the student body right there. They're out of school. Okay, this isn't like, okay, we're still in school. We're here on a Saturday night. It's a long trip from Crystal Lake to Joliet, but we're here to support our guys.
Absolutely. Hey, how about how deep the Edwardsville outfield is right now? We get a shot of that.
Oh, my.
They are at the fence in right field. Look at that, right at the warning track. Think there's some respect for Westcott? I think so.
And the shift is on for Drake Westcott. Hits from the open stance. He strides even more open. And that ball is smoked. One of the few balls he's gotten into his wheelhouse. No elevation there, but he has his first hit of the tournament.
Yeah, that was big time top hand. His left hand on top, which is a way you do want to hit. So top spin, overspin. If he had any elevation on that ball, it would have been no challenge for the cutout. It would have been no challenge for the fireworks show advertisement out there. Strong young man.
And we'll get a pinch runner here in the third inning for Westcott. Ike Bertles. He is the pinch runner for Westcott.
Westcott has already committed to Louisville. Louisville was on TV today. Don't know their final score, but that's a perennial powerhouse right now, are the Cardinals in college baseball.
Joe Quirin reached on an error, and he scored in the first inning. Number 3 hitter, Bertles back diving. We've seen this from Tim Funkhauser. When he wants a pinch runner, he goes early in the game. It doesn't matter. He doesn't know whether Westcott will reach base later in the game. You worry about it at that time. Inside out swing. This is going to get down. Or not! Griffin Bright just kept coming. I thought that ball was going to spin away from him, and Bright makes a fabulous catch.
Cue it up. Griffin Bright with a highlight tape right there. He's going to make the reel. Watch him lay out. Now, it looks like the glove's on top of the ball, still underneath, but he fully elongates his body, gets his glove underneath it, shows the baseball to first base umpire John Vito. It takes away a hit and a would-be rally, that time robbing Quirin.
Will Messer struck out looking his first time up. You know, those are the type of plays from Bright. They come in the third inning, comes with a runner at first. You know, it's still early, but they turn a game.
Changes momentum in a huge fashion.
He may get another chance here. This one skied to Bright. Plays the wind, plays the sun.
Well, you're right. Bright did. He tracked that ball, found it, and then got his glove up. Now watch his bare hand, young players. Watch his bare hand's going to go up right there. So he checked the sum with his bare hand, used his glove to catch, and then got his second hand in. What a novel idea, catching the ball with two hands.
2 outs. Dalton Wallace, he singled in the first. He'll hit this one in the air. Now it's Swatley's turn in left field. So 3 outfield putouts after the leadoff single. We've played 3 complete innings here in your 4A championship game, and it's the Gators from Crystal Lake South on top by a pair.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I would encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Sports and activities is a lot more than just winning and losing. Students who participate in school programs are taught valuable life lessons and will make them better citizens. Thank you for your attendance here today and for encouraging and supporting high school participation. The future plays here. To help ensure the safest and most comfortable atmosphere for this IHSA state final game, host event staff will diligently maintain established security procedures and activities. This will require complete cooperation by all competing teams, contest officials, and fans. Security will always have priority over convenience. Therefore, if you are requested to cooperate with event personnel in any manner, please do so promptly. Your assistance will enable event staff to fulfill its responsibilities efficiently.
Great look with the sun shining as the sun setting on Joliet Township High School. Now officially that is Joliet Central High School. That's the original building when there was one high school in Joliet. So Joliet Township High School Central Campus, and that's just beyond the right center field wall.
There's been some great students and student athletes go to that school, and huge enrollment. Joliet, a rather large city.
You know, they have one of the historic gyms, basketball gyms in Illinois. If you get there when that place is filled, it is a unique experience. Michael Swatley to lead things off as we start the 4th inning. Swatley bounced out his first time up. You know, I want to go back to that catch by Bright. We had 2 quick flyouts after that. But if Bright comes up short in that, it's first and second, nobody out. If he doesn't read it right and that ball spins away from him, then who knows what we have. We have probably a run in and a runner at third, if not more.
Yeah, we've seen some great outfield play throughout the weekend. We've probably seen 5 or 6 diving catches, and we've seen the wind create some havoc that players have made plays on as well.
Jancic had to give a little ground. He makes the play. That is Andrew Jancic. After he threw 96 pitches last night, that arm looked pretty good right there.
I was just going to allude to that myself. You see so many players now that I can't go on a field because I just threw yesterday. Jancic says, put me in a premier position at shortstop the day after I pitch, whatever it takes, and he had plenty of juice in that arm to get it across the diamond in expedient fashion.
McKendree University is going to get a great two-way player coming up this next year. Scott Squarick with 1 out, bounced out to Cade Burns. That was the first time up. That was in the 2nd inning.
Jancic going to McKendree. Some other Tigers playing college ball. They currently have 22 alums playing college baseball.
Oh,
that says something about their program. My goodness.
In the infield, Westcott, an easy out, number 2. You were asking about Louisville and Kentucky. Louisville ended up winning that ball game, 6-2. 2 quick outs to Brent Chubb. This game has settled down a little bit here after a 5-run first inning combined. Home plate umpire Don King. We mentioned earlier John Vito at first. Russ Letourneau is a third base umpire. They bring 6 umpires here to the state finals, and this year here at Joliet, 2 umpires working in their 3rd state finals, 2 umpires working in their 2nd, and 2 of the 6 making their first appearance in the state baseball finals.
1 on each crew to help each other out.
Right on the inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes.
Get a peek from our center field camera of the grip of Cade Burns. If he shows us a little bit more, we'll tell you what he's going to throw. Looks like a breaking ball.
Good call, Coach Lindo. The curveball, and 2-3 on the putout. Another 1-2-3 innings. The even innings have been special that way for Cade Burns. It's the odd innings that has hurt him, and that's why Edwardsville will come to bat in the 4th. Halfway through this one, trailing 4-2.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Edwardsville has been kept off the scoreboard the last 2 innings. They need to get things rolling here, down by a couple, and they've got the man to start it, Andrew Jancic, here in the bottom of the 4th.
Jancic's got one job, that's just to get on base, start things going. He's had a pretty good term both on the hill, at the plate, and yes, playing shortstop as well.
He has one of the 4 hits that Andrew Engelking has given up. 3 of those 4 hits by Edwardsville coming against Engelking in the 1st inning when they scored their 2.
Jancic 3 hits on the 2 days. Hits from a balanced stance.
It's a tough pitch when Engelking runs that ball right in on you.
2-seam that had some movement. Catcher Ryan Parkett looking over. He wants a fastball again.
And there it is again.
2-seam again. Just that ball is starting at the middle of the plate and just running down and in to the knees.
And that will be a curveball that cuts and drops, and Jancic will go down looking.
Down, down, then up and down. He had his eyes in, then he changed planes with a breaking ball, 3 pitches. Sits him down.
Cole Hampton flew out his first time up. One of 3 fly ball outs to the right fielder, Griffin Bright. That curveball finds its mark. Engelking pitching with a lot of feel right now. Deep and foul.
Engelking falls off to the first base side a little bit with his motion. Not textbook there, but it helps his ball run.
Nearly got one down and away. Light switch was flipped on here at Slammer Stadium a couple of innings ago. Hampton waited. This ball will land in Olson's glove.
Olson had a long way to run for that. Watch his left foot drop right there. Great job, and he knows right there that he's got it. He stays with it, stays with it, stays with it. His outfield stays away. Solid catch, solid drop step play.
Daniel Reed, the designated hitter, hitting 8th. looked like the wild pitch that scored a run in the first inning for Edwardsville. You know, we've seen here with the wind here in this game not bothering these teams as much. And, you know, I think about it, Mark, I believe that it's the combination of the sun and the wind earlier, because the wind is about the same speed, about 15 to 20 miles per hour blowing out, but I think combination of that and the bright sun that teams had to play with earlier today became a real problem for them. Skwarek again to his left. And a 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Engelking. He has retired 6 in a row. 4 in the books. 4 the magic number for the Gators. They lead it 4-2.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Yeah, curveball.
Fun to play with the lead, and that's what Crystal Lake South has right now. If you're dressed in green and gold, you are a Gator fan. Top of the order, Bright, Parquette, Fuentes. Cade Burns has retired 4 straight.
Kind of ironic, you talk about 2 teams from opposite ends of the state. Crystal Lake South has wins against Carbondale and Mount Vernon in the south.
Base hit Bright to start the 5th.
Now, the other side, Edwardsville has beaten teams from quote-unquote the north, Plainfield South, Joliet Catholic Academy, Wheaton North, and Lockport. So there is some geographical familiarity as far as teams.
I think that's a great thing for the state. I mean, you can say, well, the coach is doing that to see different styles of ball or maybe somebody they'll see later. I just think it's great to mix the different geographic areas together like that.
No doubt. Different experience for student athletes.
Last time Bright led off an inning with a base hit, it led to 3 runs. That was in the first inning. Crystal Lake South has never trailed after those 3 in the top. Well, this game, Mark, wraps up our 16th game we've done together here in the last 2 weekends.
It's been a blast.
Peoria last week, congratulations to the state champions, Peoria Heights and Teutopolis. Earlier today, the 3A title goes to St. Viator. Parquette showing no sign of bunting. Remember, he bunted for a base hit in the first inning, dropped one right down there on the dirt between the grass and the line.
Cade Burns seeking to get a little bit more rhythm, get it and throw it. Parquette steps out on him. Burns pretty good feet toward first base.
The pitcher we saw last night, Andrew Jancic, outstanding pickoff move.
Yeah, as good as we've seen all year.
Well, you can hear those Crystal Lake South fans. They are wound up. There, Parquette pulls back on the bunt. So a lot of games being played here. Brian Bogda, the head coach of the Gators, down that third base box, flashes those number signs out. Center fielder Burris playing shallow. Nothing new there. He's been comfortable playing shallow. The one ball that got him, though, that was Noah Tyrell's triple. There's Brian Bogda. Two and one. Good hitters count. 2-run lead. We're in the fifth.
Coach Bogdan knows how confident he is with Parkett handling the bat. This is not necessarily a steal count, but it's a good hit and run count if you choose to get aggressive here.
438 batting average for Parkett. Hits it high, drives this one deep, and this one is gone. What a bomb from Ryan Parkett. Oh my goodness. A 2-run blast and a 6-2 lead.
Parkett rounded third with a huge smile on his face. Now he gets picked up. He knew it when he hit it.
Watch where this lands. That landed behind that burger bar sign. And that's where the picnic area was on Thursday night where all these teams met. How many feet behind that fence do you believe that is?
That had to be 380.
Oh, I'm guessing that's conservative.
Yeah.
It's 330 down the line.
Look at the celebration of that dugout. The Gators chomping at the bit to finish this one off. They've created some separation. And how about Bright at the leadoff position? First inning he gets on and scores on a 3-run, not really a home run, but and then the 3-run, then the bomb here after he gets on base.
I have seen many games here at this field. To left field, that may be one of the deepest balls I have ever seen hit.
Long gone.
Wow. The single, the home run, odd innings have been Gators' advantage. 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 here in the fifth.
A behemoth of a blast, and I tell you what, Gator fans still abuzz.
Brian Fuentes at the plate for Parkett, his second home run of the year. We have seen that this week. We've seen some balls leave the yard from guys who have had 1 or none home runs, and they get it in the state finals.
Well, you got great hitting conditions, conducive to hitting. You have the wind blowing out stiffly. We've had a couple good shots to the flag. We have, about 20% humidity, so the air is light. We have warm temperatures. The ball is carrying.
Fuentes. He was looking to go yard, got underneath it. That's a long trip back for Jancic to make that catch in left field, 1 out. Nick Wolski trying to avoid the hat trick. He has struck out twice. Burns has absolutely had his number. That pit time, Wolski lays off that pitch. That ate him up a couple of times.
We're at the time of the game that you and I have talked about a lot the last couple of weeks, where it's got to be lockdown time for Edwardsville. They're 6-2. Crystal Lake scratches next. They create incredible separation. Even though we saw a 7-1 inning earlier, those last 4 runs were big in that game. But right now, Edwardsville, it's imperative they get off the field and score next.
3-0 now to Wolski. The bottom of the fifth, it'll be 9-1-2 in the Edwardsville order, facing Andrew Engelking, who's retired the last 6. 4-pitch walk. First walk of the night for Burns. Noah Tyrell, what has he done tonight? Tripled in a run, singled in a run. To go with his 3 RBIs last night. Tyrell with a home run last night. He hits this one high, deep. Tyrell leaves the yard.
Crystal Lake South playing long ball. Terrell turns on this. He gets it up over the fence. That didn't go as far as the other one. He's going to hear about that. But he cleared it by 10 feet. A celebration as they take a fastball in the inner part and just turn on it, putting a charge in that ball. Head down on contact, barrel through the zone, and hitting the ball a long way. Crystal Lake South putting out a hitting clinic right now.
4-run inning and an 8-2 lead. Olson is jammed. And that will quiet the Crystal Lake South crowd for just a moment. How about Noah Tyrell?
What a weekend, huh? Andrew Frank warming in the Edwardsville bullpen. His teammate Chase Gockel had just sprinted down there and said, "Coach said hurry." And that's pretty evident. 2 long balls allowed by Burns. When he elevates on his fastball, he gets himself in a little bit of trouble.
This is Michael Swatley, a couple of ground outs. And back to Tyrell. 8 runs batted in tonight. He came into these 2 games with 16 on the season. 4 of those coming in the sectional semifinal. And if you look at Noah Tyrell's night, he should get one more time to the plate. If he can get a double, he has himself a cycle.
Triple in the first, single in the third, home run in the 5th. 2 out of 4 RBIs yesterday.
And now Wallace will have to hustle. Nice job. Dalton Wallace had to scramble, had to make a good throw on target. He did. But the inning belongs to the Gators. And it belongs to Ryan Parquette. Parquette goes yard. A 2-run blast. Gone. Noah Tyrell later in the inning. Gone. It's an 8-2 lead for CLS.
Hey, where are you going? You can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am a king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
We have reached the bottom of the 5th inning, and there is work to do for the Tigers. Chasing 6. Mark Lindo, you made the comment in our 3A championship game when Marion Catholic was down big, about 7 runs down. You said, well, they don't need to get them all back at once, just a little bit here and there. Marion Catholic ended up the 7-run inning. We're at about that same situation here in this 4A title game.
Yeah, 8-2, you got to just cut it 8-4, 8-5, put yourself in a position to at least put some pressure on the Gators right now. So that's what the Tigers' objective is in this inning.
Cade Burns will start it off here in the 5th. And we'll go back to the top of the order in Dylan Burris and Drake Westcott.
Well, you had a couple of fun home run calls to call there.
And you knew it when it left the bat.
Yeah.
In each of those. Arquette's home run, his 2nd of the season. And for Tyrell, he has 2 home runs as well. They've both come here in the state finals.
Yeah, his second in 2 days. How about
Jeez.
that? Think he likes to hit in this park?
It works. Burns down looking. 7 in a row retired by Andrew Engelking.
Gutsy call on the pitch. You're winning 8-2. Leadoff man normally calls for a fastball. It was a breaking ball on 3-2. Had the confidence to throw it and the ability to execute it. Gets a strikeout on a breaking ball on the outer edge.
Dylan Burris 1 for 2 tonight. Last time he came to the plate was in the second inning. We're in the fifth. That shows what Engelking has done. The last man to reach against Engelking was a single by Drake Westcott in the third. This will be out of play. About 3 rows deep. Since the RBI single by Andrew Jancic with 2 outs in the first inning, only 2 men have reached base. 1 on an error and 1 on a single. There you go. Thank you, sir.
So cool. That's what baseball's all about.
Burris will take a strike. Engelking in a true rhythm right now.
Command of his curveball big time.
Goes with that tailing fastball.
Runs a fastball away, throws a curveball down and in. Changing the eye level of hitters, the sight level of hitters, the rhythm of hitters.
And that's 2 in a row that have gone down looking.
Hitting's all about timing. Pitching's about disrupting that timing. And Engelking very disruptive right now to the Tiger hitters.
First baseman, Drake Westcott.
Engelking, 6'2", 170-pound senior.
Had a great picture of Corey Olson just crossing our screen with a big smile on his face. Think the Gators are having fun playing right now?
See the shift on for Westcott, and it even becomes more exaggerated.
3 infielders on the right side.
And in that shot right there, you see 5 defenders, the 2 outfielders. Fuentes, the third baseman, is actually playing a deep shortstop right now. Left fielder Michael Swatley playing about 100 feet off the line. My goodness. Oh, my. Engelking has the Tigers completely bamboozled.
Yeah, the magic wand wasn't so magic on the last couple pitches.
As he steps in the box, take a look. That's a freshman. He doesn't look like a freshman. Drake Westcott.
He looks like an offensive tackle. With a big weapon in his hand.
3-2. Oh, my goodness. Off the top of the wall, and that's gone. It went off the sign beyond the right field wall. Drake Westcott drills his 12th home run of the season. That was impressive.
You could hear the thump from hitting that up here. And exit velocity, we're not privy to that. But, oh my goodness, Dave, how fast did that ball get out of here? Watch him on contact. He knows it's gone.
It was a quickly called a home run by John Vito at first base. Bright played it off the wall, but a home run from Drake Westcott.
It hit the sign out there that says next fireworks show 6:23, and I am not exaggerating. When it hit that sign, it was still going up. It had there's the sign behind the fence. That's where the ball hit for the home run. But it had not reached its apex yet. It was still going up and gaining elevation.
That is a foul ball. All right, do you have your stopwatch ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I don't know if we have that replay, and I know it's taboo for an announcer to ask for a replay, but if we do, I would like to run it in full speed. I would like you to get the watch to see the time from contact until the thunk on the wall.
Yeah,
we'll see if we can do that between innings.
And you barely had time to make that call. You said, and it was almost out of the yard.
This one's coming right back our way, right below us.
I honestly thought that one was coming at me. And I did a dumb thing. I reached up here instead of here.
You did. Yeah.
I thought it was coming up here. I was protected by the glass there.
Joe Quirin at the plate. It's an 8-3 game. You talk about the Crystal Lake South players having fun. Their fans are enjoying it. Well, we've had some home runs tonight, 3 of them. And the buzz has lasted after each one of them. Folks are still talking about Westcott. There's a strikeout. So Engel King will strike out the side, but mixed in there, the home run from Drake Westcott. It's an 8-3 lead as we go to the 6th.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Thank you. Can I help you today? No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
All right, we're going to put the stopwatch on this. How long does it take from contact to contact? This is Drake Westcott. And stop. Just a shade over 3 seconds to cover about 340 feet.
That's unbelievable.
Man.
That ball left with incredible velocity.
That shaved a run off of the Crystal Lake South lead. 8-3, top of the 6th, 8-9-1 for the Gators. This should be a good inning for Burns. It's an even inning. He has retired the side in order in the even innings.
That's his 81st pitch of the evening. He's thrown 51 strikes, 28 balls. Been ahead of hitters, 18 out of 26 first pitch strikes. That's pretty efficient.
If you're asking for the pitch count for Andrew Engelking, remember he had a very long first inning. He was cruising here in the middle innings, but the pitch count added up early.
Engelking has a total of 83. Breakdown 29 in the first, 12 in the second, only 8 in the third, 11 in the fourth, 23 in a workman-type 5th inning.
That last inning, he did give up that home run. He did have 3 strikeouts, so that obviously adds to your pitch count.
And we talk about the importance of first pitch strikes. If you throw first pitch strike 55% of the time, a pitcher will average about 17.2 pitches per inning. There's some differentials in there, but if you throw it 70% of the time, you'll throw about 14 pitches an inning. That shows how important that is as pitchers try to get deep into the game, one, to save wear and tear, but with the new IHSA rule to save that pitch count as far as a championship game is concerned.
Well, that will lead me to my next question following this pitch. 3-2 delivery to Squark. It's a leadoff walk. Have you noticed a difference here this season with how pitchers handle their first pitch and how hitters have reacted, maybe knowing that the pitchers want to desperately get ahead?
I think there's more hitters going first ball, fastball hunting than ever before, and that is for that reason. And we talk one more thing as far as sabermetric type things. Leadoff walks. Swerwick just had one in high school baseball, score about 46% of the time. So that means Crystal Lake South has a 50-50 chance to put a run on the board here this inning.
We have a new pitcher coming into the ball game. We'll fill you in as Kate Burns' night is done.
Now pitching for the Tigers, number 12, Andrew Frank. Gators move today, fueling the future, fueling the student athletes and teams for events.
Back with a new pitcher on the mound. Let's fill you in.
Andrew Frank is indeed called upon to keep his team right where it's at now. He's a 6'3", 165-pound senior, appearing in his 13th game. He's 5-0 in 34 2/3 innings pitched. A solid 1.41 earned run average, 32 strikeouts in 18 base on balls for Andrew Frank.
Next up for the Gators, center fielder,
Frank,
Frank Shaw.
senior, inherits the runner on first base.
Brent Chubb struck out twice against Burns. Cole Hampton has gone to right field. And the pickoff throw, and they've got him. And missed him. And got him. So a pickoff from the catcher.
Andrew Yancic has moved to third base. We try to disseminate defensive changes. Nice play by Wallace, throwing behind the runner there. Love aggressive catchers.
So Yancic moves to third. Burns will go to short. And a third baseman, prior to this pitching change, Cole Hampton, will go to right field. That's off the end of the bat. Burns hurries. Nice play.
Silky, smooth, and successful on that play as he kept his glove down. You know what's so important about Burns there? As you see that fundamentals we just talked about, the crow hop and the throw. How many times would a young man come off the hill in a disappointed fashion and take it out to his position? Instead, a mentally tough young man, a competitor on a baseball field, he comes out and helps his team on the next play.
Griffin Bright has reached base twice in this game. Both times he led off those circumstances. In the first and the fifth, he scored on a triple by Tyrell in the first. He scored on a home run by Parquette in the fifth. Skip in again to Wallace. In the bottom of the sixth inning, 4, 5, and 6 in the Edwardsville order. Nice job. Quirin stayed low on it, and he gets the out. So for the third time today, Crystal Lake South fails to score in an even inning. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Outs are running short for Edwardsville. The Tigers trail it by 5.
Hey, great party. Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Not only is it a 4A state championship game, it is a battle of the hats. We saw the Gator hat. I'm liking the Tiger hat. I have to get me one of those as well.
Who you got the edge to?
Creativity, Gators. Style, Tigers.
Yeah, that one's classic, isn't it? Orange and black looks so good together. Of course, that's what I'm wearing right now. So,
indeed, you are.
But I got to go Gator hat too, man. That is creative.
Will Messer to lead it off. Feels like we have been here before. In fact, earlier today, bottom of the 6th inning, the team hitting in the bottom of the 6th was trailing big. Earlier today, it was Marian Catholic down 8-1 to St. Viator. 8's the magic number because here in the bottom of the 6th in the 4A game, it's an 8-3 difference. And we've told you what happened earlier today.
4 walks, a couple hits, a couple errors later, it was tied at 8.
You know, we had a starting pitcher in that game that was cruising along as well. Andrew Engelking doing it here, but he just keeps dealing. Breaking ball right away from Will Messer's bat, and that strikeout pitch is on fire. The last 4 outs of this game by Engelking have come by way of strikeouts.
And that was slow and then slower for the punch out as he's approaching the 90 pitch mark. But what ability to change speeds and get hitters out on their front foot, off balance.
7th strikeout of the game. This will not be a strikeout. Olson wants it all the way. 2 quick outs. That was Dalton Wallace. Now Andrew Jancic. He'll come to the plate for the 3rd time tonight. There's that Gator hat. That would be my sun hat. All right, if I'm going to be out in the sun, that would be my sun hat. If I'm going clubbing, I'm going Tiger hat. So we know I don't go clubbing.
I haven't seen Crystal Lake South, though, choose to do the Gator chop.
Game, yeah. This is skied. It will take a while to come down. Chubb can't handle it. He overran it, and that'll be an error on the center fielder, Brent Chubb. He came a long way. He came too far. The wind's still blowing out his direction.
And it ended up going over his head. His first step was back. Then he's on the run. He thinks he has it right there. And a ball just carries over his head. And lost on that was the fact that Jancic played hard the whole way and got to second base easily, turning a 1-base error into a 2-base righty, moving himself into scoring position with aggressive base running.
You know, that's an interesting error there because, and that will get away, and the wild pitch will send him to third because you were just talking about pitch counts. And that would have been the quick 3rd out. And that would have kept that pitch count number. Now instead, Engelking will be facing at least another batter. Cole Hampton, that batter. This time, it'll be Brian Bogda that'll come out, settle things down, and just quick little reminder that a 5-run lead. We get the batter, and then we go hit again.
I believe that's number 30, Mark Paul, the left-hander in the Gator bullpen. Try to get him to turn his jersey for us. It is indeed.
Back in 1993, Crystal Lake South finished 4th in AA baseball. They have not been back here since. In fact, the last time they won a sectional championship, that was 1993.
Jim Beck head coached the program at that point.
That's off the fist, the one hop, and the easy out at first. So it is a quiet 6th inning for Edwardsville. We go to the 7th. A 5-run lead, and the Gators come to bat.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
I hope those fellas who have been here all weekend brought their flashlights, because though the lights here at Slimer Stadium are on, those folks are a little bit beyond those light poles, but they've enjoyed some baseball. This is the 8th game they've watched in a couple days.
Now, you have received some well-due recognition for your longevity and your ability in the sport, but I got to tell you what, I'm voting for those guys. They've been here longer than you.
Indeed. Backhand, Burns, jumps, throws, can't get him. Ryan Parkett will beat it out on the infield single. That's the 10th hit of the night for the Gators. Burns did everything he could. How about that?
Yeah, how about going vertical and being able to square his body up to throw the ball? Just couldn't get up behind it. Great play by Cade Burns, but Parkett, what knew he on base again? 3 out of 4 tonight, huh?
Hey, he was only on base for a little while with that long home run he hit earlier. Brian Fuentes has a double tonight. He scored 5 runs in these 2 games. 17 runs scored by Crystal Lake South in the semifinal, and here the championship game when you put them together. 35 wins in a season, that is a school record. They're 3 outs away from 36 and a state championship and forever history at Crystal Lake South High School.
In the tournament, they've scored 6, 8, 13, 6, 6, 9 last night, 8 tonight. So the offense has been clicking.
Fuentes a little anxious.
You just got a little bit of inkling, a little bit of feel that Fuentes might do something special right here.
He had a pitch. He lofts it short right center. Sliding catch made by Burris. Well, I agree, Mark. I had that same feeling. Yeah. A ball in his wheelhouse, he could light it up. We have 1 out. Nick Walski, the designated hitter. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. He scored in front of Noah Tyrell's 2-run homer. It was in the 5th. Three runs in the first, 1 in the third, 4 in the 5th. For Edwardsville, they picked up 2 in the first. They cut a 3-0 lead to 3-2. And then it was Drake Westcott's home run in the 5th. So 3 runs on the board for the Tigers. Second place trophy in 1991 when they lost their only game of the year in the championship game. And again in 2002, that was under head coach Tim Funkhauser. Here was an Edwardsville team that we've mentioned it more than once here this weekend, was not supposed to get out of the regional. How about that? You're not supposed to get out of the regional, and yet you end up here with 34 wins. So you are in the upper 20s in wins going into the regional, but you're not supposed to get out of it.
You finish in third place in your conference. I think they'll trade all that for the hardware they're going to take home this weekend.
You know, again, I go back to the comparison between football and basketball because you don't see that. You don't see it in football. You don't see a team playing for a state championship finish third in their conference.
Absolutely.
And very seldom do you see that in basketball. And that's why baseball players, swing and a miss, Wolski down on strikes for the third time tonight. That's why you see baseball players, baseball coaches playing all the way through the season. You can have a bad stretch right until those playoffs start. You get hot for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, you're in business.
Got to restart, no doubt. And you get a couple pitchers hot and a couple guys to carry you offensively, drive some balls, and all of a sudden you got it clicking.
Henry Tipton has come on to run at first base.
Okay, set the stage. Tyrell needs a double.
Oh, that's right. Here we are.
To complete the cycle.
Tipton becomes a courtesy runner for Parkett.
You don't think anybody in his dugout told, hey, you need a double for the cycle. I guarantee they did.
Yeah. Not going to get it. He will reach base. Burns couldn't find the ears on that one. That may be the slowest ground ball that Cade Burns has seen all year. That darn little white sphere.
Yeah, it could cause havoc in your mind, can't it?
Corey Olson up with 2 outs. Andrew Frank came out in relief in the 6th inning and done a nice job. He had an infield single and then just one other base runner. And quickly, Frank ahead of Olson.
Outfield shallow. Anything hard hit, they would have a chance for a play at the plate.
Five runs. Tough to come back from. 6 would feel like 10 you're battling back from. Olson's able to hold up.
Olson holds up as Wallace knocks it down. The umpteenth time tonight. Some excellent catching fundamentals we've seen all weekend long.
Well, that's a good point. You know, we've probably had tournaments where we've had higher heralded catchers, but in terms of fundamentals and working it for all 7 innings, this is one of the best weekends we've had.
Yeah, we've seen an awful lot, dozens and dozens and dozens balls in the dirt, catcher's block. And what that does for a pitcher when he can throw it downstairs, and it just exudes his ability to make pitches with confidence, knowing his catcher's going to get it done, and he can get strikeouts because of that.
Loop to right field, base hit, runners were moving. The throw, Tipton is out at home.
We had talked about it because they were able to move in. They'd have a play at the plate. Nice job by Hampton, takes his time, measured it, throws a seed. Good play sending him right there with 2 outs, you want to. Solid defense.
So the Tigers come to their dugout. They'll pick up some bats. They will need them to be hot. Chasing 5, 3 outs to a state championship for Crystal Lake South.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Those fans from Crystal Lake South were here early today, earlier this afternoon. They waited their time. They waited through the third place game, and their time is now. We are in the bottom of the seventh. 8-9-1 for Edwardsville. Crystal Lake South, that close to their first state baseball championship. First pitch swinging by the Crystal Lake South dugout. Jumps over the glove of Noah Tyrell. The wind kept this one in play and then pushed it behind Tyrell. He checked the rail. He was getting help from his teammates. And no play. Daniel Reed, the designated hitter, 0 for 2 tonight. It's 1-2. We don't have the official numbers, but the pitch count getting close to 105.
Moved him out, moved him in, moved him out. So he's elongated the plate 17 inches. That plate's about 19 inches right now. If you're Anglo King, because you extended the strike zone.
The only inning tonight that Anglo King has struggled was the first. Gave a leadoff double, a couple of singles, and otherwise it has been clean. Allowed the long home run, or I should say the fast home run by Drake Westcott. And in the bullpen for Crystal Lake South, they are just standing and waiting. The only reason anybody down there would come in would be if Anglo King reaches the 105 pitch count.
Daniel Reed, that's pitch 100 unofficially, is getting into that pitch count, up there hacking and slashing.
Nobody out here in the seventh.
.101 and counting. Good at bat by Reed.
And the leadoff walk. So we are counting pitches. Edwardsville fans are counting base runners.
.31 coming in to run for Edwardsville. Let's see if we can check who that might be.
Number 31.
We do not have a name corresponding to the number 31. Lefty-righty in the bullpen. And they heat up because I think they realize right now that Anglo King is not going to make it. Burns reached on an error and struck out looking. I remember 105 is a magic number, but if you reach 105, you can finish that batter. And the coach has conferred between innings. That's where the official pitch count comes from. Inside to Burns.
Drama mounts just a bit.
Very short lead at first. There's strike two, 1-2.
Borderline call. The take by Burns, and getting the call was Engelking. Huge difference, 1-2, 2-1. Advantage pitcher here.
To short. 1, 2.
What a sparkling double play. Olsen to his right. Catches, drop steps, feed, spark. Watch him hit the base. Good footwork, crossover, seed. You're out. Double play, twin killing, 6-4-3.
With 2 outs, Dylan Burris at the plate. All the Crystal Lake South fans on their feet. Burris in the air. Olsen. And it falls. Olsen and Swatley. Some miscommunication. The inning will continue.
Everybody in the bullpen, as we're going to see this one again. We think it's a state championship catch, but not. As you mentioned, probably verbal and nonverbal communication. I had my eyes on the players get ready to run on the field. Everybody in the bullpen started running in. They ran back to the bullpen. They got work to do.
Drake Westcott at the plate. Remember, he rattled one out of here his last time up. So a couple of pop-ups that have not been caught here in the inning. Burris at first. They are not holding him on. Strike 1 to Westcott. And it is your typical left-handed hitter, major league shift. The second baseman, Skwarek, on the outfield grass. Burris will steal. They'll let him go. Foul ball. Oh, what a play, though, by Tyrell. And now down to the final strike. That will do it! Crystal Lake South, your 2017 4A champions. A tremendous performance by the Gators from Crystal Lake South, completing their year at 36-5. And here in Joliet, they do it in convincing fashion tonight, knocking off Edwardsville 8-3. The long ball and the pitching from Andrew Engelking.
Quite the combination to see hugs, tears of joy, long ball, small ball, base running, solid defense, a complete game pitching performance. They excelled in every facet. And there it is, what every little boy dreams of.
The Final Four in 4A was New Trier, St. Lawrence, Edwardsville, and Crystal Lake South. The Gators were the quiet team in that bunch, but there they are, your state champions, and deservedly so. Glad you've joined us all weekend long here from Joliet. Glad you've joined us the last 2 weekends in Peoria and Joliet for your state baseball championships. And most importantly, thanks for joining us all year long, IHSA Television Sports, here on the NFHS Network. For all of our crew, and for my partner Mark Lindo, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations, Gators. 8-3 winners over Edwardsville for your 4A title.
Daniel Kleck of Wakanda, and Robert Notley of Tinley Park Andrew High School. At this time, please meet the Tigers of Edwardsville High School, who finished the 2017 season in second place with a final record of 34 wins and 8 losses. Superintendent Dr. Linda Andre. Principal Dr. Dennis Cramsey. Athletic Director Brad Beavis. And trainer Katie Hamilton. Head coach Tim Funkhauser. Assistant coach Craig Olaf. Assistant coach Mike Waldo. And the players for the Tigers. Number 1, Josh Ohl. Number 2, Zach Mondrusic. Number 3, Jack Cooper. Number 4, Dylan Burris. Number 5, Blake Burris. Number 6, Ike Burkell. Number 7, Abe Burns. Number 8, Dalton Wallace. Number 10, Tyler Lewis. Number 11, Dan Pichaki. Number 12, Andrew Frank. Number 13, Joel Quinn. Number 14, Joe Copeland. Number 15, Joel Muller. Number 16, Gavin Lyday. Number 17, Isaac Garrett. Number 18, Zach Sievers. Number 19, Aaron Young. Number 20, Daniel Reed. Number 21, Andrew Yancey. Number 22, Colin Elbert. Number 23, Ben Desarich. Number 24, Reed Hendrickson. Number 25, Will Messer. Number 27, Cole Hampton. Number 28, Chase Gogol. Number 33, Drake Westcott. The Tigers of Edwardsville High School. At this time, please meet the Gators of Crystal Lake South High School, who finished the 2017 season in first place with a final record of 36 wins and 5 losses. Superintendent Dr. Johnny Thomas. Principal Scott Shepard. Athletic Director Jason Bolton. Trainer Aaron O'Brien. Head coach Brian Bogda. Assistant coaches Ryan Kelly, David Lupe, and Mark Chapin. The players for the Gators. Number 2, Eddie Cubic. Number 3, Aaron Watkins. Number 4, Harrison Hines. Number 5, Griffin Bright. Number 7, Blake Couple. Number 8, Corey Olson. Number 9, Trevor Carlson. Number 10, Noah Tyrell. Number 11, A.J. Moore. Number 12, Kyle Lang. Number 13, Riley Tannhauser. Number 14, Stephen Chavalis. Number 15, Brent Chubb. Number 16, Henry Tipton. Number 17, Kyle Hetherington. Number 19, Eric Helm. Number 20, Brian Michael Squatley. Number 24, Nick Wolski. Number 25, Andrew Enkeling. Number 26, Ryan Barquette. Number 27, Luke Dunham. Number 28, Scott Squarick. Number 30, Mark Paul.